One more minute, so everybody can log in. We're going to start by checking abstract 11. I sent it to you, the ones I received. So I'm going to check on that one. I think it's this one. It's mine. This is the one. And then we're going to check the mappings you did. So the abstract should say it's about the resistance of bacteria against antibiotics. That's the topic, right? So it says bacteria develop defense mechanisms that overpower the effects of antibiotics. If you notice, I'm not mentioning the time because this is referenced in part of the decoration or to give context from the writer. However, what the text is pointing out is that every time they come up with an antibiotic, bacteria overpowers that and changes its structure in order to be more resistant. That's the idea. And that's why I didn't put dates. Paying attention on the evolution of this that the writer is trying to point out. So that's why I say bacteria in general develop defense mechanism, right, that overpower the effects of antibiotics. That is one of the reasons why some bacterial diseases, because it's not all the diseases, bacterial diseases, thought to be defeated, reappear. And that was it. Okay, so there you have the abstract exercise, which should be the last one. I already uploaded to the virtual room the last evaluated abstracts. They are simple, and you have time to do it until Sunday, midnight. So you have plenty of time to do that. And since you have already done it, I don't think it's going to be difficult for you to do another one. Let's go to the thesis because that's what I'm concerned of. And we're going to check some of the theses I have received. Let me see. Here I have one. I'm sorry. This is for later. Let's go to the thesis first. Okay. This one. It says 10% withdrawal from the pension plan. Act should be acts because it's only one withdrawal. Acts as an economic, because you have an E, you can say a E. You say an economic lifeboat for middle class in the pandemic of COVID-19. It's not a thesis. And why it is not a thesis? Because it is a fact. That's why everybody is lining up. That's why it was a fight in the Congress. That's why people are claiming for it. So what you're saying is a fact. So therefore, we don't have a thesis. Remember that you have to distinguish some opinion you have that you have to prove with facts. But your thesis cannot be a fact. Thesis is an opinion you have about something. But that's the reason why, this is the reason why we are able to withdraw 10% from our pension plan to help people in general in times of difficulty. And this is the context. So on this one, we don't have a thesis. Of course, whatever you write about is going to be a composition, but it's not going to be an essay. So this is not an essay. I'm going to share it with another one. Let me see if I have it here. That's the one I showed. Here. Oh, I keep on coming on the same one. Sorry. I have a lot of... I have 5 to show you, so you can see. I'm going to eliminate this, make this smaller. Okay, here I have another one. So that we cannot, here. Here we have another, well, if you see on this mapping, we have English 4 mapping. We don't have an academic mapping. So we have the topic, we don't have a thesis. So, and we have only 2 paragraphs. On the other hand, probable thesis, it says organic food is trending due to this killed the thesis. Because a thesis is never an explanation. You don't say because of this, we have this. What are you going to write about it? You're going to write the explanation you already gave in the thesis? No, it's never is a statement. It is never an explanation. You cannot say due to this, because of this, since this happened. No. Okay? It's a statement, it's a belief you have that you need to prove. Consumers prefer, that is a judgment of value. Consumers prefer organic food. Reason, for it is health, for its health benefit. For it, that is an explanation why they prefer it. So both are not a thesis. Okay, remember another fact that is not. Theses are not a question. They are not an explanation. They are not a condition. They are not a statement of future. And they're never a fact. Let's see another one. Go back again and find them. Close on this one. Change it. And here's another one. This is slow to go from one to the other. Okay. Oops. What happened? Here. 10% withdrawal topic. The 10% withdrawal represents, because it's only one, represents a negative, not a negative, a negative impact for future pensions. Okay. This is better. Let's see, this is a good thesis. Let's see if it is coherent with the rest. Consequences of future pensions. Pay attention. It says 10% withdrawal represent today. Negative, not negatively, negative impact for future pensions. What is the 10%? How can you talk about the consequences if you don't tell me consequences about what? It's simply logical. It is always first the context. You always show the big picture first, and then you would talk about the consequences. Because you got to explain this part first. The 10% withdrawal represents, but what is the 10%? Withdrawal of what? You see, there is no explanation here. The objective of the 10% withdrawal. Shouldn't this be first? Description, but you're going to talk about the objective of the withdrawal, and then you're going to describe the people that withdraw. Shouldn't you be explaining the objective and the people as examples? Isn't this the same examples of people who will withdraw? Isn't this the same? My question. So one thing is when you do have a thesis, but then is how you're going to develop that thesis. Remember, I've said it from day one. First, you have to refer to the context, because the person who doesn't know about this 10%, consequences of future pension in general, but you're referring to the 10%. Let's go with the other one. Reduction of pensions in the future. Shouldn't it be the negative impacts? And a reduction would be one of the negative impacts? That's why you gotta be logical. When you're forming your skeleton, you gotta be logical. You have to give it a sequence. So you finish with this because this is your ending, negative impact in future pensions. So in here, you probably are going to talk about some of the negative impact in the future. Are you understanding? I know that
Yes, Miss.
that comes a little difficult. I'm going to see if I have another one. I believe I had 5 of them. Let's see. Abstract global presentation. No, I think it's this one. Okay, here I have another one. I think this is the last one I have. And I'm sharing. Okay, let's see. I want to make it bigger. Here we go. We have 10% withdrawal from pension plan momentarily improves the economic situation of families affected by unemployment. It's a good thesis. Let's see. Context of the Chilean pension plan. Good. Historical data of its creation, description, how the actual system is operating. Good. Shows how many people are currently affiliated. Okay. This is the context, the 10% withdrawal. It is okay if you talk about pensions, but you have to, this is your topic, the 10%. So don't deviate. Don't go by the branches. Don't beat around the bush. Focus on the context of your thesis. The context is not pension plan. The context is the withdrawal from the pension plan that improves in this moment. Okay? That is your context. Not all the history of pension plans, because you're going to extend and you're getting out of the objective of your thesis. Your thesis is your objective. So this gotta be fixed. Context of Chilean pension plan, I would add in relation to the 10% withdrawal, because that is the topic. Not all in general on the pension plan. The other one says where the idea of withdrawal, this percentage was born. Is it a baby? Be careful with that word because you tend to repeat because you take it similar to Spanish. We say that a being is born. That's why we use be, was born, the verb be. An object is not born. An animal is born. A human being is born. Okay? So you can use the word originate, founded, started, that sort of things for objects or situations. Objects and situations are not living things. Okay, so be careful with that. Where the idea of withdrawing, I would change this because this is confusing. First, you don't start with where, okay? Because this gives a sense uh, of a question. So probably you can start with the origin of the perception or the idea of the withdrawal of the 10%, but not with where. Okay, narrating the problems in recent months, social pressure as consequence of economic, but where is the origin of these idea? So And here you got to be clear because you have to refer to your topic. Look at your topic and start writing. So you have to refer to the origin, to where this started, the idea of the 10% withdrawal. And this could be part of this, the examples also. Case of people who do not qualify for government. But how is this related to this? Now you're losing the direction of your topic. Every topic is giving you the direction, the horizon, where you are going. The other one, reasons to consider the idea momentarily help. This should have been here. Facts demonstrated that the aid has not been sufficient and the lack of long-term solutions. Consider the ideas momentarily. If you notice, you're giving emphasis on the last one. I would put emphasis on the middle and provide more examples on the following because you say, and this improves the economic situation, is same as saying that it makes it better. It's close to a judgment of value, and I would change that it improves, changes the economic situation in families affected by the employment. So in here, I would refer to how it changes positive and how it would deteriorate in the future. So your horizon, first horizon is the thesis. Then your three topics of your paragraph. And then how you relate, don't deviate the horizon. That's why I tell you when you're writing, take a pause, look at it again, and see if you're actually being coherent in your three different aspects to that thesis. All right? Do you have any questions on this?
It's all clear, Miss. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Let's say, because we need to refer to the conclusion. I'm trying to eliminate this. I'm going to show you a conclusion and share again. Okay. On this one, I had shown you before. These you already have. This to elaborate a thesis, a reminder. These are the examples I had shown you before. That was the work overload deteriorates family life. And these are my three paragraphs. I just want to go to the last part. This is the introduction, and this refers to the three paragraphs, right? And presents the thesis. Remember, this is not the title, this is the thesis. This I put here just to clarify that it's here, because it says it has become more common for people to bear overload of work for multiple reasons, which, there's the thesis, which has led to deteriorate their family life. There it is. And I'm referring to the work overload. That is the introduction. Here is the first paragraph that I want you to read. I'm going to leave it as example. Second paragraph. And I put up here not a title. I insist this is not the title, it's the thesis. So how my paragraph is responding to the thesis. So I have the thesis right in front of me. And when I'm writing, am I answering somehow? Am I answering to this thesis? Is this text answering to it? And now we are going to talk about the structure of the conclusion. Work with the mapping structure, the conclusion. Remember, all you have to do is your mapping. When you have your mapping, you have everything. When the mapping is right, your writing is going to be right. So work with your mapping again for the conclusion. The conclusion must refer to the thesis. Okay? Summarize your 3 points of the body. Remember that you have 3 paragraphs. So you have been doing abstracts. So now you have to extract what is the main point you did on each paragraph. So you can put it in other words, not a copy, in other words, in your conclusion. You may not add information you did not refer to in the body. Your conclusion is not adding new information. You conclude based on what you said before. So based on the body, direct your conclusion to one of the following. You may recommend, you may forecast, predict, or you may criticize. Let me show you these. Again, this is my thesis. These are my 3 main topics of each of the paragraphs I wrote. Now I have to create the conclusion. And here it goes. You're going to see it in detail, right? And today's society, people are being forced to work long hours to sustain social status and support a family. This I'm introducing with the information I use in the paragraph, which leads to deterioration of family life. That is my thesis. This trend is far from being over, I'm predicting. Furthermore, it is reproducing dysfunctional families with ongoing psychological distress. So if you read the other paragraph, I'm criticizing. I'm making a prediction. Trend is far from being over means that this will go on and on. It is reproducing dysfunctional families. That is my criticism. And that, if you read the paragraph, you're going to see that that is what I refer to on each of the paragraphs. And that is the conclusion. So now you have all the points, but the most important thing for you to do it, otherwise you're going to create compositions and not essays. You have to start with your mapping. Okay? Homework. Let me stop sharing. For tomorrow, I need a mapping. You decide on a topic. If you want to continue with the 10%, fine. Or you pick a topic and just send me the mapping. But I want that mapping by tonight so we can see it tomorrow. So maybe we can start writing our first essay this week. Okay? But we want to see it. So when I give you my feedback tomorrow on your mapping, so you can have an idea, fix it, and start writing the essay. Are we okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okie dokie. So remember, you decide the topic or you fix what you did and make it better, and then we're going to start writing. So tomorrow, this week, we gotta have our first essay practice. Good? Good.
Okay, Miss. Yes.
Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow then. And don't forget to send me your mappings.
Okay. See you, Miss.
See you guys. Be good.
See you, miss.
Bye,
Bye,
Miss.
miss.
Bye, miss.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, honey.